Yo guys, what is going on? It's your boy Ghost5 back again with another video, and today we are going to be answering some questions from the zombie community. And these are some questions about DLC maps and what people think should be added and not added to zombies. As in zombies maps and people's perspective on what should and shouldn't be added. And I'm going to give my input because a lot of people are questioning my input, especially on these comments right now. So I'm going to be showing you guys these and breaking down what I think. So these comments are coming off of a message I put on YouTube, and I said, honestly, I just want new remakes. Like, I want BO2 maps like Transit, Die, Rise, and Buried that we haven't seen remastered before. It would play so well if they changed the issues with the old maps and show us how amazing zombies is. I feel like those were the maps that define how crazy zombies can get, and it would be cool to show other people where many people fell in love with zombies, and obviously we need new areas for us oldies. So our first one comes from Sean, and he says, why do you want new maps? I hate when they replace old maps with remakes. With that comment, I'd like to also ask you, did you like Die Machine? Did you like how they remade that? Because that's kind of what I meant with these maps. I kind of meant more like, you know, it's a small portion, you got knocked in Die Machine, and then you get a huge area, you get the underground where the power is, and you get like a whole new map out of it. So that's kind of what I meant by that. I don't really like when they just remaster a map and stamp it onto a game and call it that. But also in that case too, I also did not like Blood of the Dead that much, but that also was on BO4. BO4 was just not a good zombies game, in my opinion, at least. I know many people did like BO4, but I know the majority of people didn't. So it was just a bad game for them to release that, honestly. It was just bad timing. The game just didn't feel good. It didn't sit right with people. And the other maps, the original maps they came out with in that game were really bad, and I just don't have confidence in Treyarch anymore, even with them noticing that they messed up with it, still making more maps that were just as bad. And they remade Mob of the Dead and Call of the Dead on that game, and it just wasn't good in my opinion. They just didn't play good. At least in Call of the Dead, they didn't add too much. They gave you that area where you could zip line up and you got that whole area. But like, that's just one it's kind of like one room, and they didn't really add too much to it. I would like to see something more like what they did with Die Machine, where obviously that's going to be your main sitting area. You spawn kind of near it, you know, you get your nostalgia every game, you know, you get your holy shit, this is a good zombies map kind of feel. But then you also have the new experience when you explore more, you get your power in a new area, you know, you get like a whole new map vibe to it with nostalgia still hitting you. And our second comment comes from Connor. I guess Die Rise would become a more viable on both Cold War's parkour mechanics and mitigated fall damage on the stamina perk. And yes, I totally agree with that. I think Die Rise would be a really cool map, especially with these stamina up. And I would actually be really curious on if they would add Who's Who back into the game. I'd like to see your guys' comments below what you guys think of that. We got another funny comment from Garfball, and they said, or we can just get new maps and you could just play BO2. You want me to go play BO2? Yeah? Okay, so you want me to go play BO2. I'm not playing BO2 anymore. I put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into BO2. Multiplayer and zombies, and it's just not the same. I want like I want them to fix the issues they have with these maps, and I want them to, you know, add to it, give us a new feel, but give us those maps, and, you know, let us be able to play it on the new engine, and let us be able to play it with a lot of fixes, and, you know, fix a lot of the metas that were going on those maps, because there wasn't really a good meta going on with Transit. And let me just say, cut it short, I would like to see what they could do with these maps on the new engines. Let's just say that. We got another comment here from Lost Cause saying, why do people want Transit and Die Rise remade? Those are the two worst maps ever. And I mean, I kind of had to agree with you on that one, but once again, I'm going to go to my comment saying, I think that they can do really good with these maps, that they fix the issues that they were very aware of back then, and obviously aren't going to be able to change it because it was within the base game. They're not going to change it. But they obviously had their bugs, they had their issues, but you got to remember that was on the BO2 servers, which were very bad. For whatever reason, BO2s did not have good servers. And it resulted in having a lot of lag or bug issues, and I feel like they could really capitalize on that on these new maps. And however they would remake Die Rise, or however they would remake Transit, being such big maps, it would be pretty interesting to see that. Maybe you go onto the ground level of one of the buildings in Die Rise, maybe the elevator flies all the way down instead of just a couple layers, and you go on the ground level, run around the outside of it, and you can go around the bottom of the building. They can do something crazy. I'm just going off the top of my head, that you can run around the bottom with the elevator shooting down. They could do something crazy. Bring the trample seams back. Those are super fun, but the map if you messed the trample steams up, you just weren't having fun for the rest of the game. You were losing everything, all your perks, all your progress, and that's pretty much it. And with that comment, he replied with, "It was too big, and in my opinion, but I'm sick and tired of remade maps. It just shows that they're lazy and shouldn't have made a game this year." Honestly, I 100% agree with that. They shouldn't have made this game this year. They should have waited, or at least delayed it like 6 months or something, like they've done with Cyberpunk. You see Cyberpunk's been delayed multiple times. I think if they did something like that with this game, it'd be perfect. Just work on Warzone or update their old games or something. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I know a lot of people are getting sick and tired of remade maps, but I mean, if they do it in a cool way to bring the new Zombies fans, which we're seeing a lot of with Cold War because it's cross-play and everyone can play together. You're seeing a lot of people play Zombies. There's a lot of new people, new generations that would just want to play some fun zombies. This game so far seems pretty simple and just shown to you right off the bat, so you don't really have to learn as much. It's kind of like you jump right into the game and you kind of know what's going on. It tells you, you know where power is, you know where this is, you know where that is. It just tells you. So I feel like it'd be a lot easier. It would represent the maps really well and be able to show people what they missed back then. People now aren't going to want to go buy BO2 for 60 bucks or whatever it is online now, or go to the store, buy a BO2 disc to play the old maps. They, especially with us, would love to see it on the new engine and would love to see how they make the maps and what they missed. It would just make the maps overall just better and make everyone happy, the old Zombies community, the new one, because they were good maps. So why would the new community that didn't play those old maps not like it if they were good, right? So our new community, we get a new Easter egg, maybe we get, you know, a bigger area we can go around. And I'm not saying they remake the entire Transit and do that, but make it Transit but better. Transit 2.0, maybe you have the bus route B like people were saying about Transit back in the day. Bus route B could be part of the new Easter egg or something like that. But if we don't get Transit or Die Rise, we have the BO3 Transit and Die Rise remakes that people in the community are actually creating as a group. We have a development group working on this, and I'm really excited for that. I'm going to be breaking those maps down, and I'm really hyped for that. We did get a little teaser of Transit and what it's going to look like. It looks really good so far. So yeah, I'm pretty much waiting for that if we don't get it this year, which I'm thinking we're going to get a Chronicles 2, I really hope, and get the maps we didn't get in BO3. But if not, I'll play those maps when they remaster them. So pretty much that's my questions and concerns about these upcoming maps and DLCs. But I'm going to put my 2 cents into it and really explain what I mean by it. So what I kind of want to see with this is just keep going on a theme that they're doing with this, the Noct remake, Die Machine, and just kind of build off the original map and give it a new feel and a really cool vibe. And then you got the Dark Ether. It'll look super cool in that. Transit Remastered with the Dark Ether, you get the neon lights glowing even brighter when you're in Diner. Obviously, they're going to get rid of the lava, I really hope. Get rid of the fog, the denizens, all the issues that Transit had, hopefully they get rid of. And with Die Rise, maybe they can implement something to where if you hit the trample steam, you don't die when you miss it, you know what I mean? Like maybe you down, and your teammate can drop down on the top of the elevator and be able to get you on the new level on the bottom. Maybe you hit the ground level instead. Maybe you're a little lower down than you were in Die Rise and you don't fully die. There's a lot of things they can implement with these maps. Just keep an open mind and just, you know, hopefully you guys have fun with this Die Machine. As much as we don't like having one map on release, you know, you got to work with what you get. You can get the Dark Ether camo, which is super cool. Something to grind for. We got Season 1 coming soon, and apparently we're not getting a Zombies map for that season. But maybe we do. Maybe they're hiding something from us that we don't know. But we just got to sit and wait. Don't listen to any leaks. Just kind of sit with an open mind because you never know what Treyarch could do. Treyarch is super secret. We did not know we were getting this much side Easter eggs. People are still finding some that we don't know. There's a lot of stuff we still have to know about Die Machine. And I bet by the time the new map comes out, everything in Die Machine will still probably not be figured out. There's probably still going to be more. I mean, people are finding stuff in old games still that we never knew about. You know what I mean? So just remember, guys, keep an open mind. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and hopefully it did open your mind to some new ideas and some new perspective than all these other people are talking about, because everyone's stuck on leaks and no one's stuck on an open mind. And you got to have one with Treyarch, because you never know what's going to happen. It's Treyarch. They're very secretive. We didn't know about Zombies Chronicles 100% until Jason Blundell went on JC Backfire's video, pretty much just showed us all what was going on with it and explained it, gave us the maps. You never know. Just keep an open mind, guys. But with that note, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like, subscribe, and comment your opinions below. I will be reading all of them because I am really curious, too, on other people's opinions. I like reading them and seeing what everyone's mindset is, because that kind of formed me to think about what's going on with these maps. And I really went from a lot of perspective, watched a lot of YouTube videos. I did watch all the leaked videos and all the leaked info, but I always want to keep an open mind, because if you don't have one of those, you're not going to have fun on this game. You're not going to have fun playing in the future and probably quit very early. So yeah, guys, that is it. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.